Hello and welcome to day 71 of an album a day going through my vinyl collection. Today I have a special limited edition, only 2,000 copies pressed, which I don't think I knew when I found it. I basically got this one because it was the dual LP with a couple of bonus tracks on it that I thought, well, if I'm going to get this, I might as well get the bonus one that has the extra songs, right? Why this record chose white vinyl, I don't know. It's always curious when they only release one color, like, why did you pick this one? How does this relate? What is it that made the package look good? And I have to say that the contrast of the coloring of the package versus the white of the vinyl actually does look pretty good together. But this album originally came out in, was it 2005? And this version was done in 2011. Once again, Adele Ear Music. Kudos to you guys. This may only make sense to some of you at first. We're talking about this beautiful white vinyl, interesting design on the label. And this could only be, of course, Deep Purple, Rapture of the Deep. Not a big fan of the cover itself. I always thought it was a little weird, although I understand it's the whole, seeing your reflection, it's distorted, all that, get that. Anyway, there is the contrast of the vinyl to the album cover, which I think is pretty cool and might be, again, the reason that they chose the white vinyl. I'll show you the second vinyl here. Again, 180 gram, high quality, really beautifully done artwork, which is simple because it's kind of cartoonish. And this is one case I think that they could have actually put a little more focus into the label being right side up and upside down, since that's kind of the whole point of the artwork. But there's some really cool tracks on here. Money Talks is a really cool opener. Deep Purple got into the habit of opening with something really heavy, like we're going to blow you away right off the bat. Money Talks is kind of a mid-tempo rocker, so it's interesting to start off with something that just kind of eases you into the album. Girls Like That, pretty good song. Wrong Man, I like. Rapture of the Deep is absolutely fantastic song. I think the order is different than it is on my CD. Maybe not. Clearly Quite Absurd, one of my favorites. Absolutely love that song. There's also there's like a second edition that came out, a gold edition, and it has a really cool kind of MTV Unplugged style version of that. But this is, and I'll get into this when I get to it on the podcast, but kind of an I Want You from the Beatles vibe to it. Don't Let Go, good rocker. Back to Back, pretty good. Kiss Tomorrow Goodbye, I really like. MTV is a pretty interesting song. Junkyard Blues is pretty good. Before Time Began, a fantastic song. Really, really dig that one. I've listened to it many times. I think it has a little bit to do with Ian's concept of the infinite God in the book that I'm waiting for him to finish. But the two bonus tracks, the well-dressed guitar, killer instrumental, headed by Steve Morse. First heard that when I saw them live with Ronnie James Dio and the Scorpions. And then Things I Never Said was I think the Japanese bonus track originally, but they're all here on the vinyl, which is pretty cool to get a vinyl version with the extra tracks. So anyway, typical ear music. Look at the thickness on that, always incredible. There's the back cover. Now the one thing that I am a little bit disappointed on, and I don't know, I got this, I'm pretty sure I got this sealed, so had there been any kind of like a sticker on it or something, I would have kept that. But, well, actually there was this. So maybe I didn't get this. No, I must not have, because I wouldn't have put the sticker there. I would have cut it out and, yeah, I would have just cut it out and kept the cellophane in the thing. But anyway, so I don't know if this was a numbered copy or if they're just like, hey, we made 2,000 of these and it's limited to that. Record companies don't always number them. So I honestly don't know there. This is the inside. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, that purple and white scheme actually works really well together. It's different, like, I guess, with the vinyls, because you separate the vinyl from the package to listen to it, and then it's in the package and you don't really see it. So you don't typically usually appreciate any, contrast or, nice blending of the colors. But here we have this side of one of the sleeves, and then really nice artwork. Love that color scheme. It's really nice. Just the different shades of purple, a little touch of blue makes it pretty cool. The original album was white, the actual like normal album cover. And then here we have another picture of this guy and the rest of the lyrics. Well-dressed guitar is an instrumental, so there's no need for lyrics there, but they did include the lyrics for Things I Never Said, which is pretty cool. A lot of times companies will not do anything special with the bonus tracks other than give them to you and go, well, you got the bonus track, I guess that's enough. But here they actually put the lyrics in, which is really nice. But killer album. There's a lot of talk about the production on this, and really to me, it's coming off of the Bananas album, which is very, very hard to find for any kind of rational price in vinyl, because again, very limited run on that one. So if you can find it for $500, you've actually gotten a killer deal. But the production on Bananas was huge. I mean, the album sounded just rich with sound, very thick, huge sounding rock album. Then you get to this one, it sounds very thin and bluesy, sounds very much like it was recorded in a studio. And they went through the same thing with Burn and Stormbringer. Burn was a huge sounding album, Stormbringer, very dry sounding album. So there's that as far as the production goes. But as far as the performance goes, this is the first one with Don Airey, and I don't hear the layering that I do with Bananas either. So it could be that they just didn't write the songs that way, that they may have been very just designed to be bluesy sounding or a thinner sounding album, although Rapture of the Deep sounds pretty thick. And so does Before Time Began, actually. But some of the songs like MTV and stuff, they just have like not a lot of layers kind of thin to them, as well as a bit of a issue with the mix itself. So very dry, lacking just that alive feel that Deep Purple was so focused on, especially when you look at like Fireball and they're recording in hotel corridors and with Machine Head and all that. So it's kind of interesting. There may be a new version coming out. I'm hoping there is. Rumor direct from the source is all I can say about that, because I don't know if that's been made public, but yes. So really good album, really worth checking out. Again, songs like Rapture of the Deep is really cool. Kind of compare that to Battle Rages On. It just kind of goes off at one point. Clearly quite absurd, absolutely beautiful song. Yeah, there's some really good stuff on here. So check it out, guys. Deep Purple, Rapture of the Deep. We'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.